Bonjour à toutes et tous et bienvenue pour la suite de Contradiction. Donc, nous allons reprendre notre petite histoire avec, eh bien, voilà, j'ai cliqué ici, ça m'a indiqué ça, donc on s'est dit que c'était probablement
Voilà,
la suite.
on va dans les bois.
Alors, on va aller à droite. Tiens. Voilà, c'est ça qu'on n'avait pas vu. On va.
Ah,
What are you?
C'est cette gecko.
Private eye?
No, I'm a police inspector.
Who are you looking for?
I'm investigating a death in the village.
That student, then. They did one last year, too. Same place.
ah,
Did what?
Drowned a student. What's
Oh.
that psycho about him? He runs that business cult thing up at the big house.
mais ça, effectivement, on peut pas lui demander tant qu'on n'avait
Bunch
pas...
of nut jobs.
Hey, what was the student's name?
Liam... something? Oh, son.
Ah ah.
Mhm. Ça, c'est un...
Et personne nous a rien dit.
His reputation precedes them.
Ah, il y
I
va
think I might
direct.
call the station. Find out a bit more about this Liam.
Eh oui, vous me l'avez pas dit, mon enfoiré.
Oui, alors, et commissaire Jones, Mike c'est Jenks, Jenks, vous êtes encore en service ce soir, je suis pas mis sur une affaire, vendredi soir pauvre gars, blablabla, bla, bla, bla. J'aimerais bien un renseignement. Alors, à propos d'un décès, un certain Liam, je ne me souviens pas une seconde, village Edenton, oui, Liam Rogers, suicide. Suicide, attendez, 2 suicides en 2 ans, les 2 Edenton, merci Jenks, vous allez avoir du boulot. Ok, donc du coup, c'est bien ça.
Suicide?
Ok.
Yeah, don't I know it? Thanks, Mike.
Merci, Mike.
Ok, donc direction Atlas.
Voilà. Allons voir notre grand Manitou.
Oui, qui
Le
n'a
grand
pas pensé
musclé,
que
là,
ce
ouais.
serait utile de mentionner qu'il y avait déjà eu un suicidé.
Bon, en même temps, c'est vrai que quand tu y penses avec le recul,
A few
tu
more
avais
questions,
dit
if you don't mind.
ah, un suicide, pourquoi vous venez pour ça quoi.
What can you tell me about Liam?
Oh, Liam. You mean the boy who committed very unfortunate sin?
Did you know him?
Oh, yes, yes. Well, I say know him. I met him in the pub. Seemed very happy sort of person. Well, I say he seemed happy. You can't, can he?
Alors, entendu parler du chien, Liam semble heureux, voyez parfois Liam au pub. Ok, bon, de toute façon, avec ça, à mon avis, on va avoir de quoi discuter avec les gens.
Ouais.
Thank you.
Et la Rebecca, éventuellement, on l'aime bien. Hein.
Tout.
Donc c'est sur le chemin, on va aller voir eux.
Ouais, on fait dans l'ordre.
Ah, il est.
Même si on peut se téléporter, on fait comme si on descendait vraiment.
Voilà.
Allez, Emma,
A couple more questions, if that's
Tu
okay.
la connais par cœur, hein, cette ville. Hein.
cette rue,
Cette ville.
What do you
c'est une
know
rue.
about a student
Oui.
called Liam? Committed suicide last year.
Only that I didn't know him really well.
Ok,
Thank you.
Simon.
I'll probably be back later.
What do you know about Liam?
Liam?
Local lad. Took his friend.
Oh, that Liam.
Donc il y a plusieurs. Ouais.
Oui, c'est ça, le village, il y a 20 habitants, mais Liam, lequel? Oh, je sais pas.
College, but didn't really know him. It's sad though.
Ok, ils connaissaient Liam que de nom.
Thank you. Probably be
Bon,
back
finalement, ils
later.
sont pas très loquaces, ils nous apprennent pas grand chose. Rebecca, peut-être.
Bon, c'est la meuf du gars qui tient l'Atlas en question. Donc elle devrait être au courant de quelque chose quand même.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
What do you know about Liam?
You mean Liam who took his life?
À tout
He
avis,
used to play
franchement.
in a band, Black Rock
Ah.
or something?
Ah,
No, Black Stone. Very gothic. I used to let them play in here sometimes at the
Ouais, les
weekends, they were quite
gothiques,
good.
ça a à voir avec les
Did you
miroirs,
know
ça,
there was
non?
anything wrong? I mean, why he might have...
No, I didn't know him very well.
Allez, donnez plus
Donc,
d'indices.
laissez souvent Blackstone jouer au pub. Mais voilà, il les laissait jouer, mais ils se parlaient pas trop. D'accord.
Je crois qu'on n'a rien de plus. Mais oui, je vois bien jouer avec notre ami James.
That's all
Oui, hein,
fine, thank you.
le petit fermier là.
Ouais, on va voir James. De toute façon, on est obligé.
Bon, après, je pense qu'il y a les étudiants aussi là-bas, là, qui avaient l'air d'être chelous.
Bon,
là.
c'est
Il a
possible
le
que
show,
Simon
là,
joue avec.
Ouais.
Simon J'ai dit Simon Je suis
Non,
pas sûr.
Simon, t'as dit.
Ok, d'accord. Je
Je
crois que
peux pas
j'avais dit
regarder
Simon.
dans la vidéo, mais je pense qu'il a dit Simon. Il a dit Simon, hein.
Dites-le dans les commentaires.
Ouais.
Abbey Farm, ouais. C'est perturbant parce que quand t'arrives de l'autre côté, comme c'est bien fait, tu vois pas le même angle.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Ok.
Did you know Liam?
Liam who?
Liam who died.
Liam who killed himself.
Elle est bonne celle-là.
He was in my year, on a different course.
What course was Liam on?
Can't remember, not mine.
What was yours?
Ah,
Plant science.
Ah,
Liam was when he
je savais
killed
bien que
himself.
quelqu'un avait dit qu'il était dans la botanique. Donc là, il va pas pouvoir me dire, voilà.
Voilà, qui s'y connaît pas. Mais maintenant qu'il l'a dit, voilà, et diplômé en botanique,
Ah.
et on l'avait pas ça.
Voilà, est diplômé en botanique et connaît pas grand chose en botanique.
Voilà.
Te fous pas de ma gueule,
T'es pas allé
James.
en cours ou quoi, là?
Te fous pas de ma gueule.
So, your degree is in plant science, but you don't seem to know anything about plants.
Well, still got a lot to learn.
So you're still saying
Oh.
you've never heard of salvia.
Il devrait faire la
I'd
politique.
say that,
So you have,
maybe.
and you do grow it.
Yeah, it's legal, why not?
What do you do with it?
I use it for explorative purposes, meditation.
And does this involve anybody else?
Why?
Do you sell it or give it to anybody else? Sure.
Yeah, it's just for me, nobody else.
And that's the only drug you grow, is it?
Feel free to go and look if you want.
It's okay, I'll look later.
The only drug he grows. Not sure I believe that, James. Then again, would someone growing illegal drugs bother growing a legal one?
Mhm.
Donc, pour son usage personnel.
Voilà.
When you say herbal tea, do you mean salvia?
Je croyais ça allait pas marcher parce que justement nous on sait ce que ça veut dire, mais voilà.
Salvia tea with Simon for his homebrew.
So?
So why did you say you didn't give salvia to anybody else? Did you give it to
Je te
anybody
tiens,
else?
je te
Hein,
tiens.
hein, allez,
lâcherai pas.
allez, allez, le dealer, là.
How many people did you give it to? Did you give it to Kate?
No.
How about Liam?
I didn't have anything to do with him dying, if that's what you mean.
So you did give him salvia.
Yes, I gave him salvia because he asked for it, but that's not what killed him.
Well, he committed suicide, James, because of psychological issues that probably weren't helped by him trying hallucinogenic drugs.
Didn't commit suicide. You don't know anything about him. You don't know what happened.
Okay.
Ah,
Ah,
ça
bah
me
oui.
raconte?
Do you even know about Third Eye?
Non.
Oh,
Go on.
You don't know about Third Eye. You don't know about Third Eye. You know nothing about Liam's death. I mean, forget salvia.
Fine, tell me then.
Third Eye was a cult. We had our very own psycho cult operating right here from our village hall. And I got rid of them, single-handed. I'm the one who got rid of Third Eye. Did they tell you that at the station?
Okay, start again. They were what?
C'est là où il y avait
You
le
don't
truc
know
de Ryan.
anything, do you? Look,
Troisième
they were
œil.
reeling in students, pretending to be some sort of happy life course, you know. We can make your life better.
C'est le
sort
truc
of crap.
d'Atlas plus ou moins.
And they were putting everyone through
Ah,
this
le
brainwashing
symbole.
program
Oui.
to make them compliant and selling them on. All there.
What do you mean, selling them on?
Selling them. Objects, commodities.
To who?
To anyone who could afford them. Top politicians, famous celebrities, wealthy businessmen, you name it.
What for?
You don't get it, do you? Third Eye were making and selling slaves. They were black market slave traders.
Ah,
They were
on touche à du
wiping
glauque,
people's
j'aime bien.
personalities using ECT, brainwashing,
Putain, en
cocktails,
20 secondes là, ça change la coupe.
deliberately
Ouais, ouais, ouais.
turning them into perfect slaves. You know how much slaves are worth on the black market these days?
Non, vas-y, dis.
Millions. And I'm talking
Oh putain,
per
c'est cher.
slave. We stood up to them and
Il a pas dit la monnaie.
public like
Ah
that,
oui,
just
600 millions de
killed up.
dinars serbes, je veux bien. Hein.
Didn't give it down.
So you're saying Liam was murdered by Third Eye?
Exactly what I'm saying. So I started looking into it. They were all saying it was suicide, but there's no way.
So, did you ever actually meet Liam?
I found out about him.
And how did you find out about all this other stuff?
It's obvious, you could tell. I met some of the students. You could see straight away there was something wrong. They were like zombies. And I can tell when someone's got ECT damage or when they've been through mind conditioning. It's just obvious. The US military used all these techniques back in the 50s. It's all documented. You can read about it. They showed all the same signs.
Nato lent.
So, did you ever actually go to a meeting?
No, but I knew what went on.
How?
Ouais, donc faut quand même
From
se
what
méfier
people
de ce qu'il nous
said had
raconte,
been
lui. Hein.
through it.
Okay, so do you know anyone I could speak to who did go through it?
Well, no. Look, it doesn't matter. Why did they close down if it wasn't true?
Oui,
They
voilà, en fait,
just
c'est lui
closed
qui est parti
down
dans son
and
délire.
disappeared overnight after I put all the flyers up. Bit of a coincidence.
But that was just after Liam died.
Yeah,
And do you think that had anything to do with it?
maybe, but it was the flyers that forced them to close.
Okay. Do you mind if I keep this?
Yeah, you investigate it. It'll all come out. Third Eye definitely killed Liam.
Bon, bah, on a plein de nouveaux
Well, that
trucs.
was a lot to
Ouais,
take in.
mine de rien,
James with the
c'était
evil
quand même
list.
riche
It's the
en
first I've heard
instructions,
about
tout ça.
Third Eye. Question is, what's their connection with Atlas, if there is one?
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Ok, bon bah, rebelote, hein.
Mhm.
On avance. On avance, on avance. Donc du coup, par exemple, dans ce genre de cas... D'accord, en fait, il nous dit vraiment...
Ok, ouais.
Oh, c'est pratique.
Ouais, finalement, on n'a pas utilisé la petite ampoule de Tesla. On aurait dû. On pensait que le véritable bonus c'était l'appel à l'inspecteur.
Ouais,
Bon,
mais en fait, on n'a pas besoin. C'est vraiment quand, quand tu sais pas pour les contradictions, quoi.
Ouais.
C'est-à-dire que l'appel à l'inspecteur, c'est quand vraiment t'as épuisé les ampoules et que ça te dit aller voir telle personne et que tu trouves pas.
Rond, quoi, ouais.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. Have you seen this before?
Don't take any notice of that.
Ah,
James Wilson is a fantasist. He spends his time pretending to cast spells in the woods. He's not exactly a stable person. And, I heard that he was involved with growing cannabis.
Really?
ah, le dénonce.
Don't quite me on that.
So you don't think there's any truth at all to this?
Ouais, mais là, du coup, j'ai envie de...
None at all.
Oui, avec son côté je reste pur là. Lance des sortilèges dans les bois.
Ah non, c'est pas lui qui a dit qu'il était pas du tout intéressé par les drogues, c'est son mec. Ouais. Bon, on va demander aux autres.
Probably be back later.
On va demander aux autres. De toute façon, à chaque fois, tant qu'on continue à demander, à poser des questions, on finit par trouver quoi faire.
Voilà, à fureter à gauche à droite encore, hein, parce qu'on doit toujours trouver une lampe hein, normalement.
Bon, après, on vient de commencer. Enfin, commencer. On en est à quoi? 25% du jeu. C'est bien, on a 4 soirs pour filmer. Du coup, c'est bien. Si on fait 25% chaque fois. Ok. Que non, attends. Jeudi soir, vendredi soir, dimanche soir. Si, on avait 4 soirs. Donc, du coup, c'est parfait. Simon.
Petit
Ask about a
calcul.
few more things, please. Have you seen this before?
Oh, is this the thing that James did? Yeah, I've heard of it.
What do you know about all this? A third eye, I think you'll call.
I don't really know anything about it. I mean, I've heard about Liam's death, but all I know about Three Eyes or whatever is on this flyer.
So you hadn't heard about third eye?
No, sorry.
Je sais rien pour
En même temps, Le logo, il était dessiné par un ami du pote, enfin par un ami de notre professeur de la classe, là, non?
Ouais, je pense qu'il faudra d'abord qu'on ait le truc qui nous permette de reconnaître le symbole. Ça, je pense que ce sera via Ryan.
Thank you.
Ouais.
Alors, on va faire le tour d'abord, hein, mais à mon avis, ce sera ouais, via Ryan.
Have you
Elle,
seen
je pense qu'elle va rien
this?
nous dire intéressant. Elle, c'est la pote d'Emma, mais
Whatever
de
polish last year, James made it.
machine.
Idiot.
So you don't agree with what I'm saying?
No, I don't agree with anything James says. He's absolutely crazy. He thinks that the government has been controlled by aliens and that we're all bugged. He's nuts.
Voilà.
Et là, t'as le flic qui rigole. Oui,
Thank
oui,
you.
c'est ça.
Probably.
J'avoue que ce serait drôle. Ok, du coup, il nous reste quoi? Ryan. C'est ça.
Voilà. Ah, il est.
Et du coup, on est d'accord que c'est pas considéré comme de la triche. Je l'aurais pris mal quand même si ça c'était de la triche alors qu'appeler le chef c'est.
Oh non. Faut pas cheater.
Non, on ne cheat pas.
Non, on cheat pas.
Un jeu 100% sans cheat.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Bon, Ryan.
What do you know about this?
Not much.
So you've never seen this before. You don't know anything about Third Eye.
Well, I don't remember seeing it now.
You don't recognize any of the symbols on
Hmm.
it.
No, sorry.
Menteur. Voilà, par contre, lui on le tient.
Voilà, donc
On
on
n'a
a
aucun des symboles.
Ah.
Et le masque
alors.
en carton. Le symbole du masque représente un triple.
Bon,
tiens.
dans le fion.
Ryan, you've just told me all about the moon symbols on the mask. Then you're claiming you don't know anything about the symbols on the flyer. It's all the same thing.
Oh, actually, yes. Sorry, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Ah, bah oui.
T'imagines, c'est dans la réalité.
Oui, je me
Ah oui, c'est
souviens
vrai.
maintenant.
J'ai oublié.
No, not much, really. Never came into contact with them.
Ah, ouais, il est ennuyé, là. Hein.
That explanation was way too short. Ryan's definitely hiding something.
Alors, on n'est jamais entré en contact avec le troisième œil. On n'a entendu que des rumeurs sur le troisième œil. Je vois pas en quoi ça nous aide, ça par contre.
Bon, ça viendra plus tard. Ça nous aidera plus tard, on va dire.
Bon, on se casse alors. Ok, du coup, je vois pas quoi faire.
Bah oui.
That's all for the moment. Thank
De toute
you.
façon, c'est ce que nous disait la petite ampoule. Hein. Là, on tape à côté, là, ils ont fini leur cours à Montmoelleux
Non,
ou
on peut pas rentrer.
Oh. Voilà.
Ouais, mais à mon avis, le chef, parce que en fait, le chef, on peut s'en passer.
Ah,
Bah oui, c'est quand tu bloques. Mais à mon avis, il va nous dire de retourner voir Paul et qu'il y a un truc avec lui. Je pense qu'on n'a pas fini avec lui.
ouais.
Enfin, c'est pas grave, de toute façon, ça ne coûte rien. Mais je pense que c'est ça. Alors,
Tell me what you know, Jenks.
I'm a bit lost for ideas at the moment, to be honest, sir.
Anything else happened?
Not really. Did I mention the student in the woods? A rather obnoxious student carving a devil sign into a tree. Turned out Atlas used the symbol. Simon Thompson explained it. It's to do with a phrase they use on the course, the three freedoms. Ryan said he came up with it.
The three what?
The three
d'accord, c'est une histoire avec probablement le symbole ou autre, parce que ça se trouve, il y a autre chose sur le truc qu'on n'a pas fait gaffe.
Ouais,
Qui est lié
possible.
au... Voilà, et donc... Mais c'est bien ça, toi, c'est Ryan.
No,
Mm.
not really.
Well, do a bit of research. Find out what you can about this cult. Who ran it, where they were based. Find out what Ryan Rand knows about it particularly.
Non, c'est Ryan.
Call later.
Righto.
C'était forcé.
Et puis, il croit quand même malgré tout pas trop ce que raconte le père James. Hein.
Bah, en même temps, c'est un complotiste.
Ah. Je vous ai raconté l'histoire du complot de Churchill.
En fait, ça aurait été tellement bien qu'il ait un portable, parce que franchement, aller jusqu'à la cabine téléphonique pour appeler son chef, c'est revenir là, c'est un peu long. Hein.
Ouais, oui. Ils ont encore leur jolie cabine téléphonique, eux.
Alors attends. Je sais pas, un truc avec les trois libertés. Slogan, Incitant, doute, slogan. Ryan a inventé le slogan. Je m'entre en contact. On n'a entendu que des rumeurs. Que ça a été créé à la salle communale.
Ouais.
Donc il y a forcément un truc par rapport à la salle communale. Du coup, je sais plus quel des deux j'avais testé.
Donc oui, ouais. Slogan inventé quand la classe était à la salle communale.
Voilà.
Voilà.
Je savais bien qu'il y avait une histoire de salle communale.
Flyer. This Third Eye group was based at the village hall, is that right?
Was it?
And that's where you were based, wasn't it? Yeah, you said you invented the Atlas phrase free to be free while you were based at the village hall.
Non, je savais bien que c'était un truc comme ça. Ça, on aurait dû assister.
Musique.
So you must have come into contact with Third Eye.
Ah ah.
Je vais te faire descendre, hein, le condé là.
I'm afraid I haven't been
Ah.
entirely honest with you, Inspector.
Ça, on dirait Roger.
You see, Third
J'ai pas été
Eye,
tout à fait honnête avec toi.
Third Eye is, or was,
Ah, ok.
under a different
Ouais,
name.
on avait plus ou moins deviné.
Ah, un petit peu.
Atlas is Third Eye.
In a new improved
Ils ont changé le nom quand l'autre il est mort.
And you ran Third Eye.
with Dad yet.
So you
Ah,
must
son
have
père,
known
il revient.
me.
Ah, bien falloir qu'on lui parle aussi un jour à lui.
Did you?
Yes, I knew him,
Je
Inspector,
pense.
but don't get your hopes up.
Ce serait marrant.
All of
S'il
this
est aussi drôle que lui.
thoroughly investigated, cleared up.
You've been investigated about his death?
They dropped the case. We didn't have anything to do with it. Well, when I say
Oh,
drop the
well.
case, I mean a police investigation is one thing, and what the public thinks is another. They threatened to go public, and then James bloody Wilson started distributing his flyers, and that was it. No choice. It was Nento.
You had to change the name.
We'd already paid the family an out-of-court settlement. Thought that was Nento. Then James, his cronies, leave it
C'est
alone.
tellement dommage que les musiques soient si fortes par rapport aux voix.
Buy a new place, rebrand. So eventually, we reopened.
C'est pas de la VF, donc c'est pas très grave.
As Atlas.
Enfin bon, le même gars qui revient alors
So
que...
you knew James Wilson
voilà.
too?
We knew James, but he didn't know us as such. Oh, he was very quick to shoot us down, but he didn't do anything like actually coming to the course to see what it was about.
So James wouldn't know that you were now running Atlas.
Not unless he came to one of our courses.
And how much of all that stuff was true? ECT machines, brainwashing.
I'm afraid that exists only exclusively in the mind of Mr. Wilson. All we do is make better business people. We challenge their prejudices and presumptions. Why don't you come along and see for yourself? The course starts in 15 minutes. Excuse me, Inspector. Hello. I can't come back now. Well, you have my car at the moment. All right. All right. See you later. That was that. I have to go back.
Mais ça m'étonnerait que ce soit ton père. hein.
Well, I might come and have a chat.
Ah, on va pouvoir parler au père.
Ah, bon, bah oui.
Ah, on a passé
8
une
heures.
Pas de...
Ok.
C'est cool.
To be perfectly honest, Dad's a great businessman, but he lacks imagination.
Mais tu as déjà dit.
Oui.
Believe in the power of the individual when taught by the right teacher, of course. Ryan! Just coming. He's through here.
Papa.
Oui.
To whom do I owe the pleasure?
Detective Inspector Jenks, I'm investigating a death in the village. I believe you knew Kate Vine.
Je comprends pas qu'on puisse pas régler le volume.
With Inspector, you do know that Kate Vine was a gherkin short of a big mad.
Cette traduction. Ouais.
Il manque un cornichon dans le Big Mac.
He still can't summon up the courage to come straight to the point. So what do you want to know?
Well, a few more questions if you don't mind.
I do mind, I'm a very busy man. Try asking an intelligent question, like, do I mind being quizzed about a once promising student who turned into a useless drunk? Ryan, would you mind leaving us for a while?
Boom.
Go back to the centre. I have one or two things to prepare. Call me if you need me, Dad.
You may begin, Mr. Holmes, although I'm not going to be able to help you. I don't have much to do with the course nowadays, so I can't give you any hard information.
That's as maybe, but we
No, that's
need-
as is. But if you want my opinion, I'd be quite happy to give it to you. So, far away.
Okay, thank you. Wow, Paul certainly doesn't take any prisoners. It's obvious who's pulling the strings in this family. And I wonder what they got up to in their previous guise as Third Eye.
Ok, alors toi tu commencerais par
8
quoi?
o'clock already.
Bah, dans l'ordre, hein.
Hmm.
Parce que j'aurais bien arrêté là et qu'on a une vidéo un peu plus courte, mais je
Oui.
peux pas sauvegarder. Donc,
How well did you know Kate?
Hardly knew it at all. Met her a few times. But the course, that's about all.
So when was the last time you saw her?
Last
Alors,
Friday.
tout le monde l'a vu vendredi
I
dernier.
just
Hein.
popped out of the course.
Ça c'est sûr.
About 7.
Did you speak to her then?
Vers 7h.
It's possible.
And how did she seem? Was she happy, sad, preoccupied?
She was drunk.
Bon, au moins tout le monde est d'accord
Ah, là
là-dessus.
aussi. Ok.
Ah, ma question préférée.
Bon.
Do you know if Kate had lost this? It's her driving license.
How would I know that?
You didn't see it lying around anywhere.
No.
Ah,
Voilà. Ok.
elle ne déçoit jamais cette
Ah,
question.
celle-ci.
Pff, ah, il va probablement nous dire que notre
Do you
question
know
est con.
anything about Simon Thompson?
Parce qu'il nous a dit de poser des questions intelligentes.
No.
Ah, ça c'est. Et voilà. avec le
Au moins
petit-
c'est rapide.
Hein, voilà. Ça non.
Ever tried Simon's homebrew? Simon Thompson?
No, I haven't. I wouldn't touch anything that has had
Bah, comme ça, c'est
fingers
clair.
in it.
Merci.
Voilà.
J'aime bien lui, au moins c'est clair, c'est direct. Ah.
Have you seen this before?
Looks familiar. Where did you find it?
It was, in the woods.
Presumably had something to do with Kate or a killer.
Well, that's what I'm trying to establish.
Shouldn't it be in an evidence bag inspected in case of contamination?
I didn't have one with me, unfortunately.
Well, don't go testing it for DNA, will you? It's got yours all over it.
Ok, bah tu peux montrer la carte maintenant.
What do you know about this?
It's a freedom necklace. It's a symbol we use sometimes on the
Voilà.
C'est marrant qu'on pouvait lui montrer finalement le petit oiseau directement à lui. Parce que la plupart des autres, on pouvait montrer que la carte.
Oui, effectivement.
Il doit y avoir un lien.
So do they get them when they join the course or something?
No, not as a rule. I think I bought one once as a present.
Oh, not for Kate, by any chance?
No, not for Kate. I can't remember that it was for a birthday present, maybe for one of the students.
Et effectivement pour
Bah, la copine,
voilà.
Emma.
I have no idea.
Puisqu'elle a même dit que c'était un cadeau.
Qu'elle voulait pas.
Voilà.
En plus.
Ok, donc on pourra peut-être aller voir la Emma à propos de ça.
What do you know about this?
Il se trimballe avec quoi d'ailleurs? Parce que
Mais en
pour
fait,
porter
il a...
tout ça,
ouais.
quand vous avez un sac magique.
Particularly,
Bientôt, il va venir avec une Kalachnikov.
What's a monarch?
Il va nous sortir un tank.
monarch is fancy dress.
Ah,
Outfitters. Ryan goes there sometimes.
Ok, donc monarque costume.
ok.
Could you tell me a bit about this?
Had it designed by an agency
Ok.
And when was that?
last year.
Is that when you
Okay.
started the business?
Yes, I suppose so.
C'est le coup de troisième œil. Oui, pour Atlas, je suppose qu'on
Oui,
peut dire
ouais,
ça. Miroir divinatoire. Oh, ça peut être drôle ça.
Have you ever seen one of these before?
I believe it's a scrying mirror, pagan thing.
Ever used one?
Why would I use a scrying mirror?
So you have no interest at all in this sort of thing?
No,
Does the Atlas course use them at all?
not at all. Strange question.
Ok.
What did you hear about an argument in the pub last Friday?
I didn't go to the pub last Friday.
You didn't hear anything about an argument in the pub?
Should I have?
No, that's fine.
Il était pas au pub le vendredi dernier où il a vu
If I
la
did
Kate à la
this,
conférence.
would it mean anything to you?
I presume you've seen an Atlas student doing that.
Ah,
Ah, so this is an Atlas thing.
Well, it wasn't exactly our idea. The students started doing it spontaneously to show commitment to the cause. Cute, really. Which student did you see doing
Ah.
that?
I'm not sure, but he was carving it into a tree. I told him to stop.
Did you really? Why?
Defacing public property.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. What's the punishment for that kind of thing nowadays?
Il est génial, lui.
Fine.
All right. What about defiling public liberty? Does that carry a fine too?
Oddly enough, the student in question argued a similar point. Is that something you encourage on the Atlas course?
We encourage people who put ideas first and moral anachronisms second. The problem with the law, Inspector, is that it's out of date.
Well, I suppose that's a matter of opinion. However, you still respect it.
Respect it. I abide by it. We all play by the book, Inspector, but that's only because of the threat of possible incarceration.
Voilà, c'est comme au format la
Can
loi,
you tell me a
contre-cœur.
little about the Atlas
Oui, il est bon
phrase,
acteur, lui.
free to be free?
Ouais.
Where did you hear that?
I was talking to one of your students.
It's a little phrase we conjured up to summarize our objectives.
What is your objective, if you don't mind me asking?
Mine, or do you mean the course's objective?
On the course.
The objective of the course is to free people from bondage. We teach that most people are crippled by their past, by guilt, their attitudes, their beliefs. All that kind of nonsense.
Guilt cripples people.
Feeling guilty in business is like a meat eater feeling guilty in an abattoir. Guilt comes from the archaic emotional centers of the brain. It's a vestige of our animal ancestry, that's all. In business, you heed it at your peril. I'm sorry, Inspector, my house appears to be haunted. Would you mind closing the door?
So,
D'accord.
Attends, on sait pas, ils se sont tapés un trip
Oui,
là
je
dans
crois,
les Anglais et les maisons hantées. Oui,
Ah,
créer
le
une
truc que vous venez de nulle
atmosphère.
part.
Ouais.
done something wrong.
Well, that's the whole point. Guilt has nothing to do with it.
Interesting opinion.
Ok.
Ok.
Know what this is, by any chance?
I've no idea. Gardening isn't my kind of thing. Rebecca would probably know. I presume you've met Rebecca.
Yes,
I'm sure she'd enjoy telling you what it is. She's the kind of woman who likes to feel superior.
Oh, qui passe à belle fille. Hein.
Marry a millionaire and then decide to run her own path.
Ah,
What
ok.
was that?
Well, she isn't exactly housewife material. She likes to be in control, like Ryan. Shame, isn't it, that I'm in control of everything.
Il est marrant, lui.
Ok.
Have you ever heard of Salvia divinorum, or magic mint?
Sounds like it might be a drug.
It's a hallucinogenic plant. Legal, as a matter of fact.
I'm not a drug taker, Inspector. I have no enthusiasm for voluntarily poisoning your brain.
And you've never seen anyone on the course taking it?
Well, if someone had, they wouldn't have done it openly. We don't allow drugs or alcohol. on
Non,
our
ça rejoint
course.
ce que disait son
We
fils.
like to tell students that success is the best drug. Whether you buy into that, of course, is another matter.
How well did you know Liam?
Liam, who?
Liam, who took his life.
Oh. Well, as far as I remember, he was a good student, confident, outgoing.
You didn't notice any problems?
I believe he had problems at home.
Were you there when he died?
Yeah.
And afterwards? You didn't see him after the meeting?
No.
What was Liam like that night?
Well, apart from being drunk, or possibly because of that, he seemed perfectly happy.
He was drunk.
Well, I assume the bottle in his hand contained whiskey and not lemonade.
Lots of similarities to Kate, don't you think?
Oui,
Drinking,
peut-être.
depression, is that normal for the students?
People come into the Atlas course for quick solutions to their problems. And
Et le
when they
suicide.
don't get them as quickly as they might have liked, sometimes their impatience gets the better of them.
Bon, j'aurai un truc à tester après, mais d'abord on va faire...
Ah,
What do you know about this?
So you've been graced with Goebbels' company already, have you? James, our
alors pour ceux
liberal
hein,
minister
qui
for
savent
public
lire,
welfare.
c'est Goebbels.
I
Hein.
suppose Ryan already told you about our actual
Fallait suivre vos
previous
cours.
incarnation.
He explained, yes.
Did he tell you anything scandalous?
Not unless you count the suicide.
These things happen.
Was it your idea?
The suicide?
Il est con.
As my son had started to atrophy, I decided I ought to give him something to do.
And Third Eye was the same as Atlas, teaching business skills.
Very similar.
So Liam's death didn't prompt you to make any changes?
There was nothing we could do about Liam's death, Inspector, any more than we could do anything about Kate's. It was out of our control.
You can't blame me for wondering, Paul. 2 student deaths in 2 years.
It's called a coincidence, Inspector. I expect they had fast food also. But you're not investigating all the local chippies, are you?
Ok, parce que du coup,
Bon,
il a dit que... était Atlas... Ok, il était chez Atlas. Liam a bu toute la soirée à la conférence.
Ah. Alors que les alcools et tout le bordel sont interdits.
C'est ça. Attends, c'est où? Voilà. Interdit d'alcool sur le site. Voilà.
Voilà, cabou.
So if you don't allow drink or drugs onto the site, why did you allow Liam to drink whiskey all night?
Well, we did give him various warnings. Did try to stop him, but didn't work.
But you let him stay on the course?
Yeah, well, we couldn't throw him out. This isn't a primary school, Inspector. We're not the police. We can't enforce these rules. If they pay their fees, they're entitled to stay on the course.
And what if they want to take drugs?
As long as they do it with discretion,
Ah.
frankly, I don't care if they want to wipe or inject a paint stripper all over their faces.
Do you store any alcohol at Atlas?
No.
Is there a kitchen?
Why, do you want to go down there and check?
Well, obviously you wouldn't mind if what you're saying is true.
Of course I wouldn't mind. It's past the lavatories down
Ah,
there.
on va avoir une nouvelle
Any
zone à
drugs in
visiter.
there or alcohol.
On pourra peut-être une lampe.
Whether I find alcohol at Atlas or
Peut-être.
not, it probably
Bon, bah, il
isn't
faudra aller à
particularly
Atlas.
relevant.
Eh oui.
But it's worth a look anyway.
Bon, bah, on sait ce qu'on fera dans la prochaine vidéo.
Voilà, au
Bon,
programme.
bah, du coup, c'est parfait. Sauvegarder partie 1. Oui.
Bon, bah,
Sauvegarder
ça
partie
avance
Oui.
tranquillement. Marrant, le daron, quand même. Hein.
Ouais, vraiment pas mal.
Mais un peu cynique, quand même. Moi, j'aimerais bien lui foutre 2-3 baffes.
Oh, ça viendra sûrement plus tard.
Mm.
Bon, bah, sur ce, on vous dit bonne nuit. Enfin, non, on vous dit au revoir.
Oui,
Ça dépend quand on verra la vidéo. Et à la prochaine pour
bonne
la suite
matinée.
de
Hein.
Contradiction. Au revoir, Jean.
Au revoir.